Have you ever looked up at the night sky and felt a sense of awe, but also a little bit of dread, a feeling that something is off?
Let's just start with a fact. The universe, it's been around for 13.8 billion years. I mean, just try to wrap your head around that number. It's almost impossible.
And you'd think, right, with that much of a head start, life should be, well, everywhere. The cosmos should be noisy, absolutely buzzing with signals, with artifacts, something to show that other minds are out there.
But it's not. It's just quiet. So quiet. Which leads to this haunting question. Where is everybody? And that question, well, it's at the very heart of astronomy. Today, we're going to dig into maybe the most terrifying answer anyone's ever come up with. All right, let's get into it. This whole unsettling mystery has a name. Physicists call it the Fermi Paradox. Now, there are a bunch of possible solutions, Maybe intelligent life is just super rare, or maybe we just can't understand their signals. But we're going to focus on one idea, an idea that suggests the silence isn't an absence of life, but a presence of pure, universal fear.
So, to really get this, we have to start with the sheer scale of it all. Take this number, 2 to 400 billion. That's not planets, that's the estimated number of stars, of suns, just in our own Milky Way galaxy. That's hundreds of billions of chances for life to get started.
Okay, now let's zoom out, way out. 70 sextillion. That's a 7 with 22 zeros after it. That's how many stars we think are in the observable universe. I mean, our brains literally cannot comprehend a number that big. And yet, from all of that, all that potential, nothing. Not a peep. And that right there, that's the formal problem, the Fermi Paradox. It gets its name from the physicist Enrico Fermi, who, legend has it, was just having lunch back in 1950 with some colleagues, and he just blurted out this simple but incredibly profound question. Where is everybody? He saw this huge contradiction between the math, which says aliens should be common, and reality, which is just silent. And the logic that makes this paradox so chilling is how simple it is. I mean, look at this. We know for a fact there are billions of stars like our sun. We know a lot of them have planets that look a lot like Earth, and a huge number of them are way, way older than our solar system. So some of them should have developed intelligent life a long, long time ago. And even with technology we can imagine, you could cross the whole galaxy in just a few million years, which is nothing in cosmic time. So, yeah, where are the visitors, the probes, the signals, anything? For more than 60 years now, we've had our telescopes pointed at the sky. We've been listening, really listening. And the silence we get back, it is just absolute. It's this deep, profound quiet that makes you think either our assumptions are totally wrong or something terrifying is completely right. And that leads us to a potential solution. A solution that flips the whole problem on its head. It says the silence isn't an absence of life. It's a message. It's a broadcast of universal, crippling fear. This is what's called the dark forest hypothesis. It was made famous by the science fiction author Lou Sixian, and the idea is this. The galaxy isn't empty, it's full, it's packed with civilizations. But they all know the one, single, most important rule of the cosmos: stay quiet, or you die.
Just listen to this quote for a second. Let it really sink in. The universe is a dark forest. Every civilization is an armed hunter stalking through the trees like a ghost. If he finds other life, there's only one thing he can do: open fire and eliminate them. It is a horrifying metaphor for sure, but the theory argues that it's the only logical conclusion you can draw from a few very basic truths about life.
So, the whole theory is built on these three really simple ideas. You could call them the axioms of cosmic sociology. First, survival is the #1 goal of any civilization. Second, civilizations are always growing and expanding, looking for more resources. And third, well, the amount of matter, of stuff in the universe is fixed. It's a zero-sum game. And here's the crucial part. This isn't about good guys and bad guys. It's not about malice. It's a cold, hard problem in game theory. Think about it. You can never be 100% certain of another civilization's true intentions. Not now, and definitely not a million years from now. So when the stakes are literally the survival of your entire species, the only winning move is to strike first.
And just like that, the great silence suddenly makes a terrifying kind of sense. It's the sound of billions of civilizations all holding their breath, terrified. Because to broadcast your existence, well, that's just painting a giant target on your back. The silence isn't emptiness, it's a symphony of fear.
Which brings us to a really chilling thought. If this is true, our entire approach to the cosmos, everything we've been doing, it might not just be wrong. It might be a catastrophic species-ending mistake. Because see, for decades, we haven't been hiding. We haven't been quiet. We have been screaming into the forest. We're like that noisy kid who gets lost in the woods and just starts shouting for anyone, anything to come find them.
Just think about this for a second. Ever since we invented radio in the late 1800s, we've been leaking signals. Our little bubble of radio waves, carrying everything from old TV shows to news about our wars, is already over 100 light years across. And then, in 1974, we did more than just leak, we shouted. We sent out the Arecibo Message, a powerful, deliberate broadcast aimed at a star cluster, basically telling anyone who might be listening all about our DNA, our solar system, even what we look like. We essentially mailed our home address to a random part of the galaxy.
And this is where it gets really scary, the gap between what we meant to say and how it could be interpreted. Our intention was, "Hello, are you there? We come in peace." But the message a hunter in the dark forest might receive is something very different. "We are here. This is our location. We are a young, unpredictable species that could one day become a threat."
You know, there's this amazing quote from the author Greg Bear that actually came out before Lou Schickson's novel, but it just nails the same idea. We've been sitting in our tree, chirping like foolish birds for over a century now, wondering why no other birds answered. The galactic skies are full of hawks, that's why. The reason nobody's answering our calls is because the smart ones know better, and the rest, well, the hawks probably got to them.
And look, this isn't just something out of a sci-fi book. The late, great Stephen Hawking warned us about this exact thing over and over. He compared a visit from an advanced alien civilization to Columbus arriving in the Americas, and as he pointed out, that didn't turn out so well for the Native Americans. His advice was clear: listen, by all means, but for God's sake, don't shout back.
So this all leads to a pretty terrifying question, doesn't it? What happens when one of those hunters in the forest finally does hear a foolish little bird chirping? What does a cleaning, as the book calls it, what does that actually look like?
First off, you have to forget everything you've seen in the movies. No giant fleets of starships showing up for a big battle. An attack wouldn't be a declaration of war, it would be swift, silent, and absolute. Because the goal isn't conquest, it's extermination. You don't want to conquer a potential threat, you want to erase the very possibility that it could ever become a threat. So, how would a civilization do that from light years away? Well, the potential methods are pure nightmare fuel. You could have something called a relativistic kill vehicle. It's basically just a projectile, maybe the size of a car, accelerated to near the speed of light. The impact would be catastrophic. Or maybe self-replicating probes, berserker machines designed to just seek and destroy all life. It could be an engineered pandemic, a biological weapon perfectly tailored to our biology. Or they could get really creative with some stellar engineering, maybe force our sun to go nova. They might not even need to send anything physical. What about a simple information attack? A virus that just collapses our entire technological civilization from the inside out. The point is, the end would come so fast and be so total we might be gone before we even knew we were under attack.
And here's one last really chilling twist. The civilization that fires that weapon, they might not even be the ones who discovered us. They might not be acting out of malice or greed. They might just see themselves as gardeners or enforcers, simply enforcing the silence of the forest to keep everyone, including themselves, safe, by eliminating anyone foolish enough to make a sound.
So, look, if there's even a tiny 1% chance that the dark forest hypothesis is true, it forces us to completely reevaluate everything we think we know about our place in the universe. It suggests that our whole search for extraterrestrial friends, this noble quest born out of hope and curiosity, is actually just fundamentally naive and incredibly dangerous. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI, suddenly looks less like a scientific project and more like a game of cosmic Russian roulette. And every message we send out is another pull of the trigger.
It really boils down to two completely opposite ways of looking at the universe. You have the old way, the SETI way, which is all about searching for extraterrestrial intelligence. You actively broadcast signals and you listen for friends. Then you have the dark forest way, which is all about the concealment of terrestrial intelligence. You maintain strict radio silence, and when you listen,
You're not listening for friends, you're listening for threats.
Maybe, just maybe, the great silence of the universe isn't a puzzle we're supposed to solve. Maybe it's a testament not to absence, but to universal wisdom, a lesson being taught by its very emptiness. And it's a wisdom that, so far, we seem to have completely lacked.
And so that leaves us here with a choice. And it might just be the single most important decision humanity ever makes. Should we keep answering the silence? Keep shouting into that dark forest, hoping against hope that we'll find a friend? Or is it time we finally learn our lesson and join it?